Serafina and I were in a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book, and
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it.
Well, hello and good morning. How's everybody doing out there in Lemonadio land? Thank you so much for your patience this morning. Poor Marie and Chase have been waiting here all morning long. So patient.
Yes.
And we got thrown a little loop this morning. We had to change our space. Yeah, I know. We are literal zoo animals right now. So we're over here at Panera, and they were so gracious to allow us to use this space for our show this morning as we were kind of searching for a little spot to get ourselves ready to talk about all of the fun things. Chase cannot help himself. Whenever there's a microphone, he is like, let me at it. His whole demeanor changes, Marie.
Yes. He's famous. I told him that he was famous. Like every day I tell him he's famous and he believes me. So he's now waving to the crowd out there.
It's perfect, though. We are in the era in Mashpee. Once again, thank you very much for letting us use this at the drop of a hat. We appreciate you. Chase is probably one of the coolest people that I've been around for a long time. You and I met you when you wanted to dance and you were little, and you came to Carbo's. I think I was DJing back in the day. And you were just dancing around, and you have not stopped.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
You had your big graduation last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've been super busy. This band for inclusion.
Band together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That was his senior project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So last year it was his senior project at Mashpee Middle High School. Actually, we started Band Together for Inclusion the year before that, and we held it at Sandwich Recreation Center.
Okay.
And then when it was time for his senior year and he wanted to be involved in all things senior, we did Band Together at Mashpee High School.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful and it was big.
What do you got planned for this year? How are you going to make it even bigger, Chase?
So, you want to say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to let everybody know what Band Together for Inclusion is, first of all. Band Together for Inclusion, it's a community music festival, so all are welcome to come and attend. It is free and it's donation based. Band Together for Inclusion, we believe that the stage belongs to everyone. So we try to bring together all genres, all cultures, all abilities, all bodies, and all genders to come to the stage to jam together. So last year we were able to bring country, rock, soul, African dance, Cape Cod Symphony, the Sandwich Soul Choir. Who else? Just a whole bunch of bands and just a wonderful event. So,
I love that. Now, when did you start working with the College Light Opera Company?
So I started in 2002, actually. I was the chef for the company.
Okay.
Yeah. So I cooked for, like 100 kids that came from all over the country and the staff.
So neat.
Yeah. So I got to know kids who are now on Broadway, who now run music programs in schools and universities all over the country. So that's when I started. Chase was born. I took
He is loving this microphone. We need this setup at home.
I think I took a year off or two, and Chase was born. So Chase was literally born in the theater, right? So he would come to the theater as a small child. And my mother told me not to name him Chase.
What?
Because I would be chasing him. And she was right, because he would run to the pit. He would get up out of his seat and run, and I'd have to chase him. And he'd try to run to the pit. He wanted to be near the music and the musicians. So he got his start right there in the theater. And now he's come to love everything music and theater.
You've made it his brand, though.
I did. Everyone needs a brand.
I like, right?
Yeah, everyone needs a brand. And Chase is so special. And
Oh.
we've been able to touch not only our community, but the world, with just his exuberance and excitement for music and theater. Our message is basically live, get up and live out loud, right? No matter what your ability is, everyone has something that they can bring to the table. So Chase just lives his life authentically, and I'm just along for the ride.
It's really incredible. Gail says Chase likes the microphone like I do. Gail Fitzpatrick from the Friends of the Plymouth Pound. How are you? You're out there. Marie, I'm so excited to have you on the show just because when I think community, I can't even explain to our audience how many things you do in our community. You are a whirlwind. And when you think I have fear of missing out, this one's not missing anything. She's showing up. You really do. Where do you get that drive from?
Well, some years ago, I heard a quote, "The world's run by those who show up," right?
Mhm.
And I don't know, I think it's in my DNA, right? I have parents who just taught us to live, right? And find your joy, right? And don't let anybody take your joy. And I just live like Chase, authentically, right? And my community is so important to me. And I think that I'd like to be part of the solution. I like to be a helper. I like to be a connector. So I'm out there, but it's natural for me. Some people probably look and say, what in the heck? She's everywhere. People say, either they say to me, you're everywhere, or where have you been? Right? So I can't keep up. So I just do me, right? But I love people. I love community. I love service. And that's what I'm called to do. And that's what I do.
You inspire me because you also take time for your art. You love poetry, you love writing, you love sharing that with people. And I think it's really important that when you're so busy, when you're building a brand, when you have, and your children are inspired to do great in our community. Mm-hmm. And I love that you still take your moments to write and care for you.
Mm-hmm. So the poetry came after I had Chase. Chase was born with Down syndrome, and I didn't know going into the birth, right? Mm-hmm. There was some, inside you have this intuition, but I didn't know 100%. So he was born, and we had a journey after that. Chase was whisked off to the NICU at Children's Hospital, and I was whisked off to Mass General, and I was very sick. Mm-hmm. I prayed a prayer one night that just blew me and the people on the line, the prayer line, away. It really went directly to God. And then I started writing from that moment. In the hospital bed, I wrote, my first poem was Open My Lungs So I Can Praise, right? And I just started writing after that. I call my poetry spiritual poetry. Mm-hmm. So it's often done in the bed, right? So when you guys read something that I wrote, it's like I wake up with it dropped into my spirit, and I just begin to write. And oftentimes I'm on my phone in the bed, or I have a journal. I have tons of journals, and I'm writing. And I'm writing from a true place, right? That something that's just been dropped in my spirit. And every year I write a poem for Chase's birthday. So I'm working on one called The Journey right now.
When's your birthday?
Birthday.
May 5th.
It is coming up. Cinco de Chase. I love it. And that is the big party. Who is going to be there at Band Together?
So this year, Band Together, we're excited. We have moved Band Together to the Navigator in Falmouth.
Shout out to my Portuguese club.
And all are welcome. I want to give a big shout out to Representative Dave Vieira.
He's awesome.
He's an awesome guy. He's a good friend, and he secured the building for us and took care of that. I was looking for a venue this year. We weren't going to be at the high school again, and I was looking for a venue. So we came down to the wire, and he came through, and he often does for me. He helped me with Driven as well. I just want to give him a shout out because he's just a fantastic guy. So we're going to be at Knockabout. We're going to have Soul Purpose, Cape Cod's premier dance band.
What?
So come ready. Yeah.
Okay.
He loves them.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Tori and Dickie Buck. So we're going to have Soul Purpose. We're going to have the Groovalados. So
Love 'em.
Waleem and Zig. We're going to have
What?
that good old
Wow.
funk and soul music.
And then, but
We are going to have a new woman that I met. Her name is Jane Lowy, and she is with Cape Cod Choral, a community chorus that she has. And she's going to bring the whole crowd together in
Love it.
song. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited about that.
Hi, Amy.
We're going to have Olivia Yingling. She's going to do jazz. We have Sam Homestock. He is a percussionist. We're going to have a drum circle. So pray for good weather for us so we can have a drum circle outside.
Yeah, because they do have a really nice patio
Yeah.
outside, and they've really made that outdoor area beautiful. So yeah, it's got to be a nice weather. It must be a nice day for you.
Yeah, and we have Andre Lima. He is he does capoeira. It's an
Oh.
Afro-Brazilian dance. Yeah, so we always bring a little dance into it
That's
as well.
fun.
We have Alicia Lopes, a DJ. So we have a DJ on hand. Rebecca Romo will be hosting.
Oh, love Rebecca.
Yes. From 99.9 The Q. She's no longer with them, and she's doing her debut at Band Together.
That's awesome.
And, we're just excited about her next. We have Jenny Wheeler in the Family Table Collaborative.
Love her.
Yeah, she'll be collaborating with my son Ralph Younger, and Family Table Collaborative will be doing the food. So it's just going to be great. And all of this is to support the College Light Opera Company. I'm a trustee on their board and on their DEI fellowship fund committee,
Okay.
right? So what that means is we raise funds to be able to allow college students from all over the country who couldn't afford to come to Clark for the summer, right? Because it is expensive
Mhm.
to, kids work during the summer. And these kids come and they train in Cape Cod's premier training company.
It's
right?
really incredible.
Yeah, they do everything from front of the house, box office, costume design. They're in the pit with the orchestra. We have the vocal company.
He's the orchestra over there right now. Chase is loving it.
And we do about 10 productions a summer. We're doing Little Shop of Horrors this
Oh,
summer.
so good.
And Legally Blonde, with
We don't-
other classes.
We don't know if Audrey 2 has come back again, because remember we just had the eclipse. That is Little Shop of Horrors right there. So
Yeah.
I'm excited that you're doing that one of my favorites.
Yeah. So this Band Together, all of the funds we do a silent auction, all of the funds from a silent auction. So if you have any silent auction items, guys, we're still looking for some, experiences, tickets, restaurants. Please reach out to us. But all the funds from our silent auction go directly to Clark, and
Okay.
donations as well. You can donate to Clark as well for this event. It's active service for the community, right? This is his legacy project, and it means so much to us. I just envision all people being able to jam together. Music is a metaphor for what we want to see, the unity. That's what we're after. People coming together, having a good time. Music is love, just jamming together, dancing together, partying. And at the same time, we get to raise some money for a good cause, right? Because these kids that come to the Cape that are trained, they're the people that you'll see on stages all across the world. They'll be at Broadway, they'll be teaching in your classrooms, music programs.
Yeah.
And, we're just happy to be just a little part of that.
You definitely are, and you live it too. I mean, even last night, they're burning the candle at both ends. You got to go and you got to hang out with Vanna, Chase loves Vanna, right?
Yes.
And we love Vanna here.
Yes. We party with Vanna. We're like Vanna groupies. We're, everywhere. We're Funktopus groupies.
But that was it last night. They had the big band. Everybody came together. We had extra instruments, extra musicians, and the vibe when everybody brings a skill on a stage is something that just, you can't explain that feeling in your body. Good morning, Chris. Thanks for joining us on the show. We've got Marie Younger, we've got Chase, and they're just talking about Band Together, which is coming up. It's less than a month away.
Yeah, May 5th. May 5th.
Woo-woo.
Yeah, at the Navigator in Falmouth from 3 to 6 p.m. Yeah.
You have put together this, it's just family, it's community when you started with food.
Yeah.
And then you built Driven.
Oh yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
talk about that journey, because I know that your son Ralph has followed that
Yeah.
food journey of
Right.
yours as well.
Yeah. So I have 3 sons, right? And Ralph has followed in the food business.
Mhm.
But yeah, my background is in food, right? In culinary arts, Johnson & Wales graduate. And I came to the Cape almost 40 years ago now.
Wow.
Worked in restaurants, worked in institutional cookings, worked in all of the camps across Cape Cod, raising my children, right? So they were raised in Camp Linden, Camp Folly, Camp Burgess, and great experiences with camping and food, right? And people. In 2015, I was visiting the Mass Conference for Women. 10,000 women come together in Boston every year. I think it's over 10,000.
Yeah,
now.
it's a lot.
But it inspired me to bring Cape Cod's Conference for Women here. So it's called Driven. And again, Representative Dave Vieira picked up the phone to my friend and said, hey, I need, and we got that ball rolling. We had, I think we did Driven at Seacrest for about 4 years.
Mhm.
And we had hundreds of women from all Cape Cod and the surrounding areas come, vendors, speakers. It was just an amazing experience.
You do a good job of assembling a diverse group of people that bring a lot to the table, which I think is really important to put a shine on, because I think sometimes when you get pigeonholed in doing the same thing with the same people and the same places, you are very just one-dimensional. And I love that you bring all of this flavor, this aspect of there's so much out there.
Yeah, see,
Here.
I see women from youth to retirees, right,
Mhm.
and beyond. So everyone has value. Everyone can come together. I see all cultures, right? And I'm intentional, but I meet people on a daily basis, and I bring them into my world. And I'm so much like my mother in that respect. The door was always open to our house, and everyone was welcome. And that's where I have a saying: open the door, invite people in, and mean it. Right? And that's how you do it. That's how you build community. That's how you build consensus. You mean it. You mean to be intentionally welcoming. So I'm really proud of that about our work. At any event that I give, we just had Driven Women Honors down at Bad Martha in Falmouth. And we had 5 women that we honored in this year's Women's History Month. Theme was inclusion, right?
Mhm.
So we honored 5 women from around the community. I think Jenny Wheeler, Ray Nishi, Pam Washburn, Melise Kenny from Katuitt Center for the Arts, Cape Cod Can, and Victoria from Dance Therapy 508, right?
And then you had the new Miss Cape Cod.
We had her as the keynote speaker, Miss Cape Cod. She was amazing. I hope she'll be at Driven.
Oh, I adore her.
yeah.
I actually got to be a judge when they were having the competition.
Oh, really?
And
Wow.
so there were so many wonderful people that were up there showcasing their talents. And she blew me away with her take on the way of the world right now. And I really was so impacted by her moments on stage. This young person, this person who works over at the Black Dog here in Mashpee,
Yeah.
and just really was just so poised. I'm really program because it's brand new.
Yes.
And I really think that her voice and she's just going to make such a difference here on the Cape with little ways to just remind people that it's here. We're here.
Yeah. And her name's Ashley Clark.
Love her.
Her platform was voter registration. So she spoke on that. and we had our sheriff there, and we had Senator Sue Moran there, and it was just an amazing event of people coming together. I think we had over 100 people there, men and women. So we've been able to do some really amazing things. We've done Driven Women Retreat, where people come and just get a day of information and some wellness stuff, hang out with women. So there's so much more that I'd love to do. I just have a lot more in me.
I love that Cheryl says Marie Younger Blackburn is definitely a bridge in our society.
Oh,
I know, right? I love that. Cheryl.
Cheryl Smith. Okay.
And Amy, yes, she said it was
Hi,
a really
Amy.
great day.
And Amy was one of our vendors. And we had Amy, and she has that bra company. Yeah. So we love Amy. Yeah. And she's just a great person, great businesswoman. And we have Mary Pollitt, Mary Kay. So we had a couple of vendors there at Bad Martha that day as well.
Yeah, definitely go see Amy for some shapewear because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Ruby girl.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, Band Together, we had a donor donate $25,000, and we're using that as a match. So we're hoping Band Together that people would donate some more silent auction items if you have something, raffle items, and we're going to silent auction those things off. And
I love that you said experiences, because I think that is what I know as myself and my family, we really value. It's those moments, it's those forever memories.
Yeah.
It's that time that you spend together with each other that is so important in making forever memories with your family. And I love that we're really finally seeing that. I don't know whether it was pandemic or the shift in our space, but we're finally realizing how important it is to get out there and go to live music, to support the arts in our community. You do a really good job of showcasing that whenever you guys are out, and not only showcasing it, but supporting it, showing up, going to concerts, supporting live musicians, shows. We're really excited about Willy Wonka. There's a lot of local stuff here that is just really good.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing you can do for your child. I'm talking to you right now, people. But I remember growing up, I had an aunt who would take us to musicals and theater, and it just stays with you. The culture, right? I call Chase Mr. Culture Cape Cod. That's his new brand, right?
I love it.
Yeah. But the culture here on Cape Cod is amazing. We spend most of our week going to music events and musicals when he's not in school, of course. But the Cape Cod, the Cotuit Center for the Arts, Howard's Junior Theater. I'm shouting you guys out. Payamet, Cape Cod Community College. These places are outstanding. The Falmouth Theater Guild, College Light Opera, the talent pool, the intentional work that they're all trying to do with inclusion. I see you guys. I see what you're doing, and I appreciate it. Bringing more diversity to the stage, right? In body and gender and in culture, all of it. So we have a wealth of talent here.
We do.
A wealth. Our children, the chorus at Mashpee Middle High School, there's just so much here. When people say, "Oh, there's nothing to do on the Cape," Chase and I can show you how to do it.
You're not looking hard enough.
Yeah, because we have a wonderful time. Tonight we're going to see Bright Star at Cape Cod Community College. Sold out show. And I just want to shout out Vanna for taking care of us. And we are going to go to that show. And I hope everyone gets tickets to that if it's not already all sold out.
Yeah.
But there's so much this spring. There's like you said, Little Shop of Horrors and Legally Blonde's going to be playing at Cotuit. There's just so much. But we have 10 shows this summer at College Light Opera, like I said, and you can go to our website, collegelightopera.com, and look at what we have for the season and get tickets. It's going to be a fantastic season. We have great kids coming from all over the country to perform for you. And if you can, come down to Band Together for Inclusion on May 5th. You're all welcome. I got this way of saying you're all welcome. And I do,
But you truly mean it and
Yeah.
you live it. We were just talking before we were dealing with all of our adversity today. And she and we both do the JWEN students. I love having people from different spaces and different cultures. And at first my family was like, you are nuts. You're having strangers live with you. And I said, it's not though. We had au pairs. So we're used to having other cultures. We have Germany, Korea, Turkey, Kazakhstan. This year we have Jamaicans, and I love it. The food is different. The culture is different. They are a part of our family. You welcome them every single year as well.
Every year. We started with kids from Mongolia. We've had China times 3, right? So 3 different years of China. We've had Bulgaria, Dominican Republic last year. And like Stephanie said, it is, some folks sign up for it for the little bit of income you could get. I spend more money on these kids than
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, welcome baskets. Like, hi guys. What do you need?
They call us mommy and daddy, right?
I love it.
So when they walk in our house, they see an African-American woman, a white man, and, Chase.
All of the fabulousness of Chase.
All the fabulousness. I often wonder, like, what do they think? Like, and they're in another country, right? And we become family, right? We let them know this is your home. You're welcomed here. We are here to protect you, right? Because they're in a different land,
Right.
and we're here to show you some love, right? So I take them everywhere. I take them to the Vineyard. I take them to Boston, wherever I can take them.
Because
right?
you want to show them like
Yeah.
this is here, but also they've already taken a leap to go to a foreign country that they know nothing about. Sometimes like not level 1 English speakers.
Yes.
They're just, really working from an app sometimes or sign language sometimes. However it is that we can get our communication skills to each other. And
Yeah.
I find it exciting. It's like being a tourist in your own town. You want to show them everything.
It is. And I've just had years and years of fun with these kids. Last year we had a goodbye party and we had kids from every country in our yard. And I invited friends. We had a DJ, we have the bar out in the backyard and we had the fire pit. And it was just the most unreal event, like different cultures coming together. They were dancing with each other. I saw this Jamaican guy. He was speaking Spanish to my Dominican students. And I kind of looked like, huh?
I didn't even know
And then
you
I'm
could
like,
do it.
wait a minute. It's a language. He knows the language, right? It
Yeah.
took me a minute, right? But it was just a beautiful thing. And I invite my friends over. My neighbors become their family as well. I had one neighbor who drove my kids to work. Pat, shout you out, Pat Dyer. She's over here at the New Market right here over in Mashpee Commons.
Oh, and she is so sweet and welcoming when I
Yeah.
walk in. She's like, hey.
She is the best neighbor. When you want to look up neighbor in the dictionary, Pat Dyer.
Very kind.
Yeah. So she drove my students to work every day. And her little son, Ethan, would get out of the car and open the door for them to get in.
So cute.
It makes all the difference in the world to show hospitality to people, right? And of all cultures, right? To welcome them in. I'm not preaching right now. I'm just being real.
No, but it's just a good, gentle reminder
what
on
I
a
mean?
Friday when you're in a bad mood and you're stuck in traffic because it's everywhere.
Be nice.
All of the roads are gone. Just
Be
plan for it.
nice,
Mhm.
Be nice, be welcoming. It goes a long way and it comes back to you, right?
Mhm.
I can't say enough about this community and how they embrace Chase, right? Make space for Chase. Chase is on stages all over Cape Cod.
Mhm.
The musicians now welcome him up. Here we got Chase in the house, and they give him a tambourine or a drumstick or whatever it is, right? And they're not worried about the performance and the crowd goes wild and everyone comes together.
What was that, Chase? What does the crowd do when it's time for Chase?
When they say Chase, what happens?
I find it.
Put your-
No.
Okay. All right. So, he just has a great time, and people are so welcoming. So what you put out there is what I was saying is what you get back. right?
It's a nice message though, and it's not preaching. It's just a reminder to sometimes take a deep breath and step away from it and realize it's not that important. The performance, when you're having a good time and everybody's involved with it, it really, it matters.
Yeah. A.K. Cody, we call him Anthony K. He's a
Yeah.
country singer. He said whether there's 5 people in the room or 5,000, Chase is coming on stage with me.
That's it. I love it.
And they sing his signature song, Marry Me, together. And all summer at Cape Cod Winery, they sang last summer. Chase wears his cowboy hat. And the crowd just goes wild.
It's awesome.
You know, I mean, Chase loves that song. And so we need to stop thinking outside of the box, right? Like, and not prejudging folks, but everyone has value. There's something everyone can do, right? Chase ushers at Cotuit Center for the College Light Opera, and he hands out the, playbills and says, enjoy the show, right?
Let me hear it. Perfect. There you go.
And everyone gets a hug in addition to that, or a handshake and stuff like that. But he's being authentic. He's being his authentic self, and people just smile and they remember him. There's nowhere we can go off Cape and on that people don't say, is that Chase?
But I mean, that has to do a lot with you giving him the opportunity, putting him out there and finding his place. You really have helped him connect.
And I just want to encourage every parent out there with kids with diverse abilities that they all have a place, right? Somebody hashtag make space for Chase. We all have space. And often when we have children with diverse abilities, neurodivergent, they may look a little different or sound a little different. Chase, has a quiet, so there's things that they do, right? And sometimes people would rather keep them at home and not bring them out into the world, not see opportunities for work, for play, for social rec. It's hard. It is hard, but we belong, right? And we go out there and we live life to the fullest, and people just enjoy each other, and just magic happens, So Chase has been a gift to me, keeps me going.
Yeah.
You got the sillies, huh?
He's got a microphone, and we're on a stage back here. We've got our own space going on.
Don't do that, but you can say something if you want. What would you like to say about being together? Are you excited about your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to dance?
Yeah.
Yeah? You going to sing?
Yeah.
You going to get on stage with Tori?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
You're going to sing Hey Jude?
Yeah.
We could sing Hey Jude too. Yeah, so this year's theme, we have it is Cinco de Mayo, so you can, do that too. But we're going to have a little cowboy theme. So wear your cowboy hats and your cowboy boots.
What's your favorite cowboy song?
What?
What's your favorite country song? You love country.
Is it Marry Me
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Summertime?
Yeah.
Right, A.K. Cody?
Yeah.
You love A.K. Cody, huh?
Anthony's a great guy.
So Anthony, if you're listening, make space for Chase. I know you said you booked this year, but Chase misses you.
Yeah, that's his buddy.
He loves you.
We were talking about J1s. They're always looking for host families. I know Cape Cod Chamber is running a couple of events where you can find out more information. You can connect with somebody in your area. And I know that they're always looking for host families. So if that's something that you might be interested in, Marie and I can both tell you that it has definitely been a game changer in our family's comfortability. And my children they're not afraid to talk to new people in all walks of life. And it's so important to get out there and just meet people where they are. And I love that. So if that might be something that you want to do, definitely go check that out. Go and see an artist performance at some point. Book something, grab tickets to something, and support a local performer that is here right now, especially in the springtime as we start ramping up for a summer of activities, whether it's the Cotuit Center for the Arts or your local high school performance. I know Sandwich just did Rent, and they did a great job. Shout out to all of the
Oh, my
graduating
word.
seniors.
That was the best
High School
production
Musical.
ever.
High School Musical is coming up at Mashpee High, and that is next weekend. College Light Opera Company. That is who Band Together is for this year. And you're looking for more experiences to give away. You're looking for more auction items.
Yeah.
And how do people grab tickets?
Yeah, so I'll put the link is up, but I'm going to create an event page. And, you know, it's kind of late, but the event page will go up and the link will be there and you could just register because it is a free event. You can make a donation. It will go towards that $25,000 match. So last year, Chase was able to raise over $6,000 in from the silent auction. We had someone donate, a friend of mine donated a week's stay in Italy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, her Airbnb in Italy. So you had to do your airfare, but somebody bid on that. They had a Red Sox experience, like the luxury box experience.
Very nice.
Yeah. We have things like music lessons, dance lessons. We have tickets to the Vineyard, restaurant gift cards. So we're looking for anything that your business may want to donate. And that'd be great. And, you know, hopefully we can surpass last year's total. And it goes directly to the College Light Opera. They're a 501c3. The link, everything goes right to them, right?
Perfect.
So, and that's Chase's gift to the community and his legacy project. So we'd like to see Band Together continue.
Yes.
You know, it's a big ask of the musicians. They take their time in their day. That's one thing I wanted to say. I just wanted to give a shout out to all of the musicians that I reach out to and ask. I send a letter and one guy called me and he says, this is my vacation time and I'm usually away, you know, one of the bands. And he's like, but no, we're in. And
Awesome.
I just want to shout out Soul Purpose. They are everything. They're just kind, nice people. And the Groovalados, they're here for Chase. They are very busy. They grab their instruments and they make it work. So we have musicians who are working that day who will finish work and come in and jam. So we want it to be a place where you come with your instrument, you come with your djembe or what have you, and you get in where you fit in jam. So it is going to be like, woo. So, you know.
And the Groovalato, I just shout out to Funky Professor because I got to chat with him in my studio fairly recently. I was listening to their new music that is coming out in June. I am so excited about all of their new stuff that they're working on. And it's so good. I could say.
They're having 2 house parties, one in New Bedford and one album release parties. One in Falmouth coming up and one in New Bedford. And I think we're going to be in the house for both of them. But we love them and they've been so good. Also, Zig, he
love him.
He does our drum circle. We have a drum circle in the summer. Again, everyone's welcome. We started that during the pandemic when you had to be social distance. So we social distance around our fire pit and we bought out our drums and our percussion instruments and invited everyone. And drummers weren't really working, you know, when the shutdown happened.
Yeah.
So they were in my yard. And, you know, 4 years later, we're still going strong. And now, you know, I try to compensate the drummer who leads the day, right? They do like an hour of leading and then we dance and I put out food and drink and people just come and everyone's welcome. And 4 years later, we're still gathering people and we culminate that on United Nations Day. That's sometime in September and people bring cultural dishes and we have flags from all the countries.
So fun.
Yeah.
Where do people find all of the information that you have? Because I know you do a lot of things and you're just a force in our community.
Yeah. So we're on Facebook, but my email address is includeme18@yahoo.com.
I'm going to drop it in the chat afterwards
Yeah.
if you want to get a hold of Marie.
Yeah, or I'm at drivenwomen@yahoo.com. You know, you can hit me up in the inbox on Messenger if you have to.
You do a good job of getting back to people. You are a party of one and you crush it. I am so bad at it.
I make it a point to reach back. If you reach out to me, I'll get to you at some point. You know what I mean? And so I love connection with people, and I can help where I can help. But I wanted to say, last year, as part of his senior project, Chase's senior project, we created #IncludeMe, Cape Cod's first inclusive advertising guide. We wanted a publication that would help people to identify businesses that are inclusive, right?
Mhm.
So that doesn't just mean, oh, I'm looking for a place for my child who has Down syndrome. It's everyone. We have lawyers and doctors and optometrists and realtors. Everyone's in this book. Fireplace companies, caterers, they're in the book. If you are a business who believes that all are welcome there, you want to up your
I love that.
Yeah, your game in the area of diversity. So we have our best practices that I wrote out to let you know the kind of people we want in the book. And it's just been great. We're on publication number 2. So if you'd like to advertise in our book, very cost effective, and we leave them all across wherever we can leave them in offices and businesses and everything. So people will have that,
I love what you do. And thank you so much for your time. Chase, do you want to say anything before we go? Hot potato. It's been a hot potato kind of day here. I've been feeling like a hot potato. We got kicked around, but we found a spot. Chase, Marie, thank you so much for joining us. We got a lot going on, lemonadeo.com, eventsoncape.com is where you can find all of our events. Chili Fest weekend. I know the big chili headmaster is just texting me now. Don't forget us. Chili Fest weekend is happening. So if you've got your tickets, there's still time to get a couple of tickets if you want a big sponsor. And it all goes to the Boys and Girls Club, which just does amazing work. They're working on their teen center right now, which is very needed. A brand new state-of-the-art teen center where our teens can go and be safe and have activities and find a great place. It's so needed here on the Cape to continue to be a resource for our children and have them find places that are safe and just keep them active, keep them busy, whether it's a show or a stage performance or just getting out there. We appreciate you all. We'll see you out. I'll be at Cape Cod Cannabis. 420 is on Saturday, and consume responsibly 18 plus. However, if you do stop on by, the Dancing Spoons food truck is going to be there. So any purchase gets you a nice lunch.
Can I just say thank you, Stephanie? Thank you for having us, and thank you for all that you do in the community. I know you started this platform out of a little adversity.
That's it.
But you know what? When one door closes, another door opens, and this is a big door. And we as a community thank you for giving us voice and all that you do in the community. And we just wish you all the prosperity in the world. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, everybody. Have a great weekend. We will talk to you tomorrow on the show. Chase, you gonna sing us out?
Yeah.
What are you gonna sing?
Would you play?
Hey, Jude.
Hey,
It's
Jude.
you. Are you afraid?
Take a sad song and make it better.
Remember
Your heart.
Look at me singing it, people.
You start
To make it better. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Oh my word.
That was so good,
Hey,
Chase. Bye. High five. Do I get a high five? Yeah, air high five. Excellent.